My experience of having children in the industry would be a mixed experience, if I'm brutally honest. There have been many highs, but there's also been an ongoing low in the background of how hard it's been to maintain a somewhat successful career in the industry whilst having 2 small children.
The biggest challenge is probably the mum guilt that you put on yourself, taking time away from the children, not quite capturing their first steps. I remember feeling very guilty about that. It was very important for me to have that sense that I could still have my old life to a certain extent and get back onto a horse, and I hadn't completely lost it.
I think we're all clear now what the barriers are facing women returning to work in the racing industry. So now is the time to put some solutions in place, and that's exactly what the Racing Home project is doing. The ambassadors are key to the success of the project. They have an in-depth knowledge of the racing industry and years of experience between them. They're talking to employers, including trainers, they're talking to employees, including racing staff, and they're talking to the self-employed community, so that everyone has access to the Racing Home portal, to the information and the knowledge that is accessible from Racing Home.
So I'm an ambassador, and I'm also the national chaplain to the horse racing industry. Part of that role is a pastoral care role. Staff have issues all the time. That could be work issues, it could be home issues, and I'm probably one of the first port of calls for the staff. I'm an ear to listen, hopefully words of guidance.
I'd like to achieve the sense of community for those new mothers that are looking to return to work, perhaps even the fathers that are looking for a little bit of time off to be with their newborn baby and then come back into work. That there's people out there that they can talk to, get advice from.
There are trainers out there that are working really hard, and I know I've had conversations with trainers who've said, send ladies to me who want to come in at 9 o'clock when they've done the school run, because I can accommodate them. They can ride out third slot, fourth slot, pull mains, clip, do all the jobs that we don't have time for. So in my mind, they're conversations that we are starting to have that we never would have had before Racing Home existed. So that's a huge positive. But there is still a long way to go with the culture shift that needs to happen to accommodate these women.
We really have to look at this from the beginning, which is over 70% of the racing school intakes at the moment are female. It's really important that that female workforce is looked after from the very beginning, from their very first job, right through to retirement.
You know, there are plenty of us that have been in these situations, and I think it's up to us to share our experience with those new parents and show how it can be done.
I suppose my dream for the programme would be that we become an industry name, that people will just talk to one another and someone will say, oh, well, you know, I'm not sure how this is going to play for me because I'm pregnant, and people will say, well, yeah, but speak to Racing Home.